It gives me great pleasure to introduce episode 101 of the Sussex by the Sea podcast, and it's the Roundtable. The wonderful Windy John's here. Leon, hashtag
Glastonbury wanker. Yeah, Glastonbury wanker. Yeah. I've got to add to it this weekend as well. I've got to see Razorlight, so I get a little collection going on.
So Razorlight wanker as well.
Yeah, hopefully it can last until festival season. I can add the beer festival to it. yeah.
Splendid.
Can I just say?
And of course, John
I don't
returned.
get any salubrious sort of title.
I hadn't got to you yet, John. I hadn't got to you.
Yeah, it's always the same.
And we've got conspiracy theory John here, who is talking to me again after he thought, I don't know, I was something like I was in the QAnon or whatever he thought about I was in last time. Lovely to see you back, John.
Yeah, say it like you mean it.
Oh, we do, mate.
That's as good as you get it, mate.
And I noticed a bit too much swearing there to start with, really. You know, I really think there ought to be a swear book, really, of acceptable sort of swear words. Do you think?
Off.
Well, you being a communist, you would want a police speech, wouldn't you?
Do communists not swear? Not that I am, by the way.
No, just accepted words.
Quick there.
I've actually got a swear coach because I was never good at it, but I've got a swear coach now, and she's really good. If ever you want to employ her services.
And what's her name?
But what it actually does is it gives like credibility to the swearing because you know that's what you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
What tangent are we going off on here? What swear coach? Who's this swear coach?
Have you heard of swear coach?
No.
It's really big. You want to live in the real world, Laverick.
For swearing to be effective, you need the voice of Matt Berry.
Yeah.
Really, has its effect.
Yeah. Definitely. You do know Matt Berry is, don't you, John?
Wasn't he a singer that used to be in a soap opera?
Oh. That's Nick Berry.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the posters on your wall, Chris. That's where I got it from.
Look, every loser wins, mate. An absolute classic, that tune. An absolute classic. Up there with Mouldy Old Dole.
Oh, wow. That was just tremendous last night. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Well, we've gone off on a bit of a tangent there, but let's bring it back. Beginning of the week, we had the joys of Herne Bay coming to Hastings in a 3-3 result. So we're going to talk about the game first, and then we might touch on some other stuff that happened. But a game that we started incredibly well, 2-0 up, and then I don't know what happened. I'm lost for words, actually, on how we let them back into that game. And obviously, Louis was quite charitable as well, giving them the ball once. Yeah. And 3-2 down.
How? I don't know. I don't know how that happened.
Obviously, the boys are feeling quite charitable, though. I thought this is too easy. Let's give him a goal or two, make this game interesting, which it did. It was thoroughly entertaining. Well, the first half was entertaining. I don't remember too much happening in the second half.
It was a kind of magic in the second half, wasn't it, Leon? I mean,
obviously apart from our equaliser, but
it depends where you were standing, Chris.
Or sitting if your name's Kev Towner.
Well, absolutely. But Gabodi's getting amongst the goals again, and obviously Stoney scoring quite a lovely
goal.
Half volley, wasn't it?
Malk was very pleased with that.
Well, that's his prize.
Yeah, he was there. I think quite chuffed.
I think Stoney is he top scorer now with that own goal on Tuesday. They all count.
Yeah.
The couple of good goals, we let them back in. I mean, I'm still trying to scratch my head about, because they weren't that good, Herne Bay, and those defensive lapses
that's what it was, wasn't it? It's defensive errors from us, and then that gave him a bit of extra, bit of confidence maybe to obviously kick on them, do what they did. Go 3-2 up in the end.
Credit's due for Louis. I mean, he made that awful error, but he made a blinding save, didn't he? Second half. One that was going up in the corner.
Don't you think time and time again, that 2-0 is such a dodgy psychological lead?
Yeah.
Because you're 2-0 up and in your mind you're switching off that you're in control of it. And then they scored a goal and suddenly they're up for it and up for the next goal. But I think we had a chance for 3-0, didn't we?
Yeah,
and that Sammy had.
Sammy Adams, yeah. He just took one extra touch too many, didn't he? Which is really unlike him. And
So second half begins. Herne Bay's fans seem to be far more focused on us than they were on the game. Again, it's just my opinion. I felt they didn't really get behind their team. I was really worried second half that we were going to get finished by Herne Bay. I thought they'd score more because I just thought we looked frail. But actually, second half
we came out with great.
Very entertaining, and they had a few chances, but we had a ton of chances as well. So
Freddie was.
We were the better side second half. I felt
Freddie was all over them down that wing, wasn't he? I mean, that goal that was a good goal from Dixon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think probably a point was a fair result in the end, really, because although we would have liked to have had the 3, I think you've got to give it to them. They didn't give up, did they? They kept going.
Oh yeah.
They even had a couple of chances near the end. It was a bit, could have gone either way.
I think even their manager said that, like his post-game interview, that both teams are probably disappointed not to win that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the way we went ahead and then they pulled themselves ahead and had that chance, at the end where Louis pulled off a good save. So yeah, both, I think both teams come away from that disappointed to have only grabbed the point. But yeah, obviously, they're fighting to survive in this league. So disappointing result for them. It's disappointing for us because we're hoping to make that last, that sort of last push for the playoffs, which is sort of looking a bit more increasingly unlikely as each game goes by. But it's not impossible. But
no, I think it's.
Yeah, I mean we're
relying on others, aren't we?
Yeah, we're pushing it now, but it's still a possibility.
Don't give up.
But yeah, so
Adam's back.
Yeah, hello, Adam.
Hello. Sorry, I'm running a bit late.
That's all right, chap. Yeah, we're just talking about Herne Bay. We were just on about the second half there, and we felt that good game. Both teams went for it. Just any of your thoughts on the actual football match?
Yeah, I thought that we made a few mistakes at the back, which is what was, and that Herne Bay were able to capitalise on them. I thought that we were the stronger team in the second half, definitely. So, but overall, I think a draw was what both teams deserved.
Yeah, it's spot on.
It was a really entertaining game, though. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Which is great, isn't it?
Yeah. So we'll talk about what happened afterwards then. I don't know how to really... I don't really want to give it too much oxygen, but I'm not that any of the twats that Herne Bay twats going to be listening to.
I think we need to say that it wasn't all the Herne Bay fans, don't we? I know there was some,
Yeah, no. Before kickoff, I had a quick chat with a few nice Herne Bay fans, and it was how it should be, shouldn't it? Just a little bit of friendly banter there, but go to support your team. Basically, the moral of the story is if you can't handle your beer and cocaine, then don't do it. Basically, I start to understand it. If it makes you act, some of the behaviour we saw on Saturday, if it makes you act like that, then I don't understand it really. But it's unfortunate. It occasionally happens at football. People use football as an excuse, don't they?
Yeah.
To act like an animal.
It is creeping in a bit more into this lower league stuff. Not so much around us, but I noticed some of the other non-league sides have had trouble. Maidstone have had quite a bit recently. It's not good. I think a lot. Maybe it's
as well, haven't they?
Yeah, people just can't afford to go to the main big games as much as they used to. Premier games. Oh, I know. We go somewhere else for a bit of fun, bit of a jolly up.
Yeah, I think it's very rarely a problem. I mean, obviously, at non-league stadiums, you've not got the segregation that often forces any of this outside or elsewhere.
And the security. Security, I mean, that's, they do their best, but they're not trained to that level of dealing with stuff like that, are they? It's a problem.
Can I just say, those that were there, both staff and our fans, acted impeccably, really, in the face of that sort of provocation. Yeah. And I think we've got to give a big shout out to those that were involved.
I mean,
how they dealt with it?
Obviously, I don't. We don't want to dwell on it too much, but the guys that were behind the goal, did you see anyone from Hastings act like an idiot, basically? Because there was a few accusations.
Only Chris, really. But that's
that's a given, really, isn't it? I mean.
But you mean in the context of that violence? I think.
Yeah, exactly. Because there was a few accusations from Twitter trolls saying that we started it. But from what I saw, it was them. I mean, you know, I may be wrong. I had a few beers, so my vision was a bit blurred, but obviously I had my rose tinted spectacles on. But yeah,
No.
I think. Sorry, Ad, you go.
Go on, Adam. You speak, mate.
I was just going to say no. It was literally like they was asked to go round the other side of the pitch and go that way, just to sort of like, you know, sort of like, so we didn't clash at all, because they all knew that it was going to start. Like the stewards knew, Pat McCrossan knew, like they all knew it was going to happen. And you know, some of the Herne Bay fans weren't there to, you know, sort of do it, and that, like, I appreciate that, and they did just want to exit the other way. But you know, sort of like, if the stewards ask you to go, you know, like if it was at the other end, and if it was the other way around and we was at their ground and the stewards had asked us to go a certain way, we would have just gone that way. And I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
And they just then started pushing and shoving, and then like one thing led to another, and just it became a scuffle. And that's, you know, sort of like the unfortunate that it is. It started off as a scuffle, and then like what was a bit of a pushing and shoving then became punches being thrown from Herne Bay, and like from the Herne Bay supporters. And
you took yours like a champ, though, mate.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
he tickled you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you know, but it doesn't matter. It's, you know, they like, at the end of the day, whatever happens, it's going to be investigated clearly. You know, sort of like, I didn't want to retaliate because at the end of the day, whatever the outcome is, I don't want me to be a reason why then the club gets punished. So you know, at the end of the day, all I was doing was helping my fellow, as I call them, my fellow brothers and sisters in the Hastings United group. You know, I was protecting them. I was trying to stop people getting hurt, like Adam Smith and that, who was laying on the floor and stuff. That was all I was trying to do. You know, sort of like, apparently someone was going to try and boot me in the head as well, and that was stopped. But you know, that I still wouldn't have gone down. I still would have stayed up, but I still wouldn't have retaliated, because
unlike them, because they're not staying up. Just thought I'd throw that one in there.
Yeah, they're going down.
Exactly. That, you know.
So
that's just it. That's just it.
It's not the first time we've had team. I mean, I went up that end, up the Coldwater end, which I haven't been doing quite so much. I was up there, I don't know, about 10 minutes into the second half, and you could feel there was an atmosphere different. And we've had teams before where like teams do stay up that end, and that has happened. And we've just had friendly banter. I think Ashford did it once, and Hornchurch got a reputation of doing it. But it's never been nasty. It's just banter. And I think it happened over at Folkestone in a playoff once in the semi-final. I think, Leon, you might have been there for that one, weren't you, Leon?
No.
No. It was one of those where it went to extra time and you couldn't be bothered to turn around for 2 minutes. Everyone just it was great. It was just a great laugh, you know, and everyone was fine. But
99% of grounds, John. 99% of grounds. This is not a problem. The problem is they came here specifically to make trouble.
Yeah.
And I've heard multiple accounts from people saying that they were talking about that they're going to start trouble. You know, they obviously abused Gary Elphick before the game. You know, that also
I missed all that.
In the minute's silence, there was a number of them in the minute's silence singing through that, and you know, it was just
bang out of order.
They're just, and it's like, right. I was trying to get Sam Robson, I think his name is, from the Herne Bay supporters club that I've had on this podcast before. He's a nice bloke. It's gone quiet. I don't know. You know, that doesn't mean he's guilty or anything. It's gone quiet. So I don't know.
Because they've got other issues over there within the club, haven't they, at the moment, sort of, as well as the fans.
So I reached out. So, you know, there is only Herne Bay listen to this. This is not a majority of the club. This is a minority of fans that are a disgrace to your club. And I hope that they learn, either stop doing what they're doing or piss off, basically, because they're not good for your club. Simple as that.
No.
Okay.
And we don't want people like that at football.
Yeah. I've always had a soft spot for Herne Bay, and I sort of said, you know, I'd like to have seen them stay up. But
yeah, that's what I thought.
Trouble like that, then, you know, I don't want them to stay up. But
I remember last year most of us were in favour of them coming up with us rather than Ashford, weren't we?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I had him on because he was talking about the Ashford win, because obviously we all like seeing Ashford lose.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
but,
apart from John.
Oh yeah, obviously. Sorry, John.
It's a regular fan.
Yes, and there's another Laverick rumour.
Video footage, mate. We got video footage of you at Ashford.
Yeah, yes, it was surveillance actually.
Undercover in green and white.
Yeah, this is why I don't come on this podcast lately. I mean, people
you
think
said I was in bed with the management. That's what you said.
No, it's more than rumours that I can't stand Chris.
Who can?
But then we got together and we sorted it out, didn't we, Chris? And we now feel like brothers, like Cain and Abel or the Gallagher brothers. We're just like brothers.
Gallagher brothers, excellent.
I was going to say one positive from Saturday. Some long-term fans might remember Milo, Stuart Marr, Danny Simmons.
Yeah, I saw him.
Playfords, clocked them at the ground. So I already know Stuart sort of talked to anyway. He bought my great granddad's house years ago, so I always say hello to him. And then after the game, it was
Tom Clemson's stepdad, isn't he?
Oh yes, it. But after the game, I saw him talking to Simo, and obviously I was a few pints in there, and so I just basically accosted him. I was like, Simo, I remember you when I was first come up, 6 years old. Yeah.
Herne Bay's assistant manager was Adam Flanagan.
Adam Flanagan, he was another one, wasn't it? Yeah,
another big one. They're all at the same era, so. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no, so it was nice
catch up with a few of them.
Hello to them, yeah. Some cracking players they were, weren't they?
Oh God, yeah.
All four of them. That season, that last time we won the old Doc Martens
League, yeah.
Left division, remember? Yeah, Flanners, Stuart Playford, Tony Burt at the back.
God. What year is that? What year was that?
2001,
wasn't it? Yeah, about 2000.
Just before I come up.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were Hastings Town when we won it then, and then the following season I think we become changed to United. Yeah, good, quite a few local players, didn't they?
Simo still looks fit. He looks like he could.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
He's still playing veterans football.
Yeah.
I think he plays with Milo and Stafford Brown.
Yeah.
Still playing a bit of veterans football. So yeah,
good stuff.
Still doing.
Well, that was a good thing. It came out Saturday.
Yeah, no, it's nice to have.
And I did feel sorry for getting briefly back to what happened behind the goal. Poor Kev in that wheelchair. I mean, he was surrounded by him, wasn't he? Completely and utterly surrounded by him.
There was women there. There was kids there.
Yeah,
it was not.
It wasn't good. And the only plus side for Kev, he won the bloody 50-50, didn't he? He won the 50-50. Couldn't believe it. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. He's using that money to buy his Caesar ticket for next year.
That's it. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Do we want to say anything else on that? I don't know.
Move on.
It just makes me feel sad. It makes me feel sad.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't think we should feel sad. I think we should feel proud of how everyone at that match from the Hastings side acted, and and really not give any more airspace to attention seekers. That's what they want, isn't it? Yeah. So we're bigger than that, aren't we?
Yeah.
Before we start talking about a wonderful Sussex Cup win against Horsham, Adam.
Yeah.
Have you got a little announcement for us, sir?
I have indeed. I've got two announcements for you.
Oh, maybe I was right. Go on.
Yeah. Start off with a first announcement. This is because of what we're going to be talking about in a minute. Fantastic game yesterday. For anybody who can't make the semi-final game for over in Lancing, which is taking place on the 26th of April, I'm doing radio commentary from that game.
Oh, well done, mate.
So there's going to be some radio commentary for that for the people. I was approached by a few people saying, could I do it because it's a Wednesday night? A lot of people can't get to that game, so I'm going to do it. I've approached Lancing. I haven't heard as of yet whether I can, but I'm pretty sure there won't be a problem. I remember messaging them before and it was fine. So
you should
be able to...
Is this the temporary return of Radio Card or is this a permanent deal? What's going on?
Well, from next season, I have a sponsor for the whole season.
Excellent.
Radio Carder or Hastings United Radio officially returns next season.
Excellent. Who's your sponsor? Shout him out.
The main sponsor is Stitchworks of Hastings.
Oh, lovely.
Print and embroidery. They have decided to sponsor the radio because they know how important the service is, not only to the fans of Hastings United, but also to the general non-league level of football and how important that service is. They are also very keen in sort of like how a service like this can help in this level of football. So that's what's important.
Okay.
Adam?
Yes.
So what? Well, no, what I'm asking is, what does Stitchworks do?
What do they do? So we do
Crochet.
So what? You get it. It was a
crochet and knitting.
Terrible joke.
So what? Oh, God.
Bloody hell. I try my hardest.
Hang on, I'm going to get the
If I hadn't have had a whack on Saturday, I would have probably got that.
No, you still wouldn't have. We've gone from Henning to John Wells.
That's it.
Oh, I can't find it.
Henning Bain's an imposter.
I'll let you off
when we need it.
I'll let you off.
But yes, so
that's well done, though. That's brilliant, Adam. Well done.
Yeah. So radio is returning.
Excellent.
With them. I am still going to be looking for like another sponsor or two, but generally speaking, Stitchworks are going to be the sort of the main sponsor. Sort of going forward. Sort of like they've basically agreed to cover sort of 75% of the cost, so that it can go forward for the season for next season basically.
Oh, so you're still taking donations though, yeah, Adam?
Yeah, there will still be donations, and there will obviously there's going to be other sponsorship opportunities as well for sort of other organisations out there to have adverts on the radio and stuff like that as well.
Good.
So yeah, it's yeah.
I won't deny I have missed it, mate. Honestly, there's been quite a few. People know I don't get to any away games, and I missed it. It was great. Yeah. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that's back.
I like the thought of you sitting there with a keyboard coming up with little jingles for each advert.
Yeah, or just as the goals coming in. Hello, Ronald, Stitchwork from Hastings.
Exactly. Well, we shall see. We shall see. But so positive news there for everybody who is unable to make the games. The radio is returning from next.
And just for anybody who doesn't know, that game is a 7:30 kickoff over at Lancing. It's not 7:45. So don't want to miss the quarter now.
It's a pain in the arse it's there, isn't it?
Yeah, we had it. Yeah, we were over there about 7 or 8 years ago against Bognor, semi-final of the Sussex Senior Cup. It bloody snowed. It was freezing, honestly, and it cleared up on the way home.
It's quite exposed, that ground, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've only got the one stand, and the rest of it's just.
We lost 2-1.
I've never been there, but I've heard it's quite.
It's a bit of a home type Worthing as well, isn't it? It's just on the
it is a bit.
Lancing and Worthing's like Hastings and St Leonard's nearly, not far off.
Just these away days add up, and just I thought that would have been handy if it was at home, but. Celebi, we'll see how it works. And if you can't make it, obviously listen to
the Radio Carter.
The return of Radio Carter.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, well done, Adam. Right then, let's move on to a tasty little win against Horsham in the cup.
Wasn't that great last night?
That was excellent. Just quickly chatting to some of the Horsham, they didn't bring any lard with them, which I think was probably the problem. The Lardy boys brought no lard. They said it was only FA Cup only that they bring lard. So they obviously slightly disrespected the Sussex Cup and paid the price.
Yeah, well, the price of lard's probably gone up though, isn't it?
It's probably, something to do with, I'm sure someone will mention Brexit.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Yeah, I thought one of you Remainers would mention Brexit.
I blame Russia.
Well, I'm going to top that. Trump.
Scotland.
QAnon.
Definitely Scotland.
Yeah.
ISIS.
No, I'll tell you where it was buried. Let's make it really up to date. It was buried in Nicholas Sturgeon's garden. That's what they were looking for.
That's what they were looking for. It was a bit odd, wasn't it? What were they looking for? So it was the lard.
It was the Lardy Boys lard. So
see, that's the difference with the fans, wasn't it? I spoke to some of them last night. What a nice bunch.
Yeah. And they had flags and they had it in our clubhouse. No one's anyway.
Anyway,
let's not refer back to because normal fans can talk to each other.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Right. Just a quick mention. Tim Reeves, 53 years supporting Hastings last night, and he was with the wonderful John Gale. Little bit of a photo op they had. I can't remember, what was his first game again, John?
It was a Southern League Division 1 South game against Wisbech, and we were 3-0 down at half time.
What a name.
Yeah.
Wisbech.
Wisbech. I think it's up in Essex or Suffolk, somewhere that way. Anyway, we were 3-0 down at half time, and we won 8-3.
Oh.
It sounds more like a gangster rap group, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Was your first ever photo together in sepia?
Yeah.
Not even black and white.
It was a cave drawing.
Cave drawing.
But obviously, congrats, Tim. Obviously, top fan. We all know Tim.
Yeah, nice bloke. He puts on occasionally puts on coaches, doesn't he, for away. Yeah. For a decent away day, then yeah.
Sorry, on that Tim subject, John Wills said, "Oh, I've been going as long as that." And I said, "Well, when did you go?" And you can't remember, can you, John?
Yeah, I can't remember what happened this morning, let alone
that.
Sorry. Yeah.
But he reckons he's been going longer than Tim. Just to try and outdo Tim, he's like, I've been going longer.
Yeah.
He's older you're older than Tim, aren't you, mate? I am. I can't deny that. Yeah.
But yeah, Joe.
Joe, God almighty. Wow.
Joe.
That first goal, though, I like Norrie. That away,
well,
mate.
Norrie's mum as well.
She might be listening.
Yeah.
The way he went down that wing, and he doesn't always do this, does he?
Yeah,
he did it.
He doesn't.
Exactly. He looked up and he passed it. Bang, goal.
No, it was good. Norrie had a cracking game.
He did have a good game. It was
please to see him grab a few more, grab a couple of goals this season. He obviously only had the one, didn't he? Last season, and I think we said he needs to add that to his game, which he's done. So yeah, he's a nice guy. So it's good.
I thought it was Dixon that scored, but then someone said, and I asked someone, was it Jack or Norrie?
God.
I'm lucky there's
you
no
got to
kazoos.
find your kazoo, mate. Seriously.
Oh, he's off again.
We need that kazoo.
Yeah.
The kids of Adam. I'll find them, mate. I had a whole bag of them. I don't know where they've gone.
The kids of Adam. You got a whole bag of kids, that's why.
I mean, the football we were playing, I did not expect this. We only rested a couple. Actually, we rested 6, and they only rested a couple of players. Horsham, because I was obviously Daniel Adjikai was in the team, and I was absolutely bricking it when I saw his name on team sheet because he's a top player, and we bossed him. We proper bossed him, and you think, Leon, John, that when someone as good as that, you think, okay, he's always going to get chances.
Yeah, who's that guy up front with them? Is it Mazzone, is his name, isn't it?
Yeah.
God almighty, he's been scoring goals left, right, and centre. He never had a sniff.
It was just so good. Honestly, have you been? We've had a run of games. So we went Eastbourne, and then the Herne Bay, where we were obviously charitable behind the goal. In defence, it just was a different team. It just the confidence of the play, some great wing play.
Nice passing. Give another credit to Dave Smith last night. He didn't stop running and really holding the ball up well as well while Joe was moving around. I mean, I was watching Dave for a little while, and his movement. I haven't really spent much time watching what he does, but his movement off the ball, he takes 2 players with him all the time. And when you've got someone like Joe right next to him, that's dangerous for them, isn't it? And that's what happened last night. Yeah,
I thought my unsung hero was Popey. Really, he was playing in such an unusual role for him, very deep, just in front of the defence. Really, yeah. And he was putting in some clattering tackles,
good old 70s style tackles, weren't they?
Yeah, it's just amazing, to play that much out of position.
But picking a pass or two as well, you know what I mean? Like there was some fantastic crossfield balls from a number of our players, particularly Ryan Worrell. And I must give you an exclusive here because Ben Pope told me this yesterday. Is that Ryan Worrell had an upset stomach? Yeah. So not only was he playing great passes, he was also dropping really sort of bad, smelly ones as well.
Grateful he didn't do a Gary Lineker then.
I mean, but which Ben thought was hilarious, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I thought he was moving over the ground like a bit like a hovercraft. A real lightness to him.
But yeah, apparently proper stinkers. But just to make it childish. But yeah, in terms of the hat trick, fantastic hat trick. The second goal in particular, I really liked. That was a great team move.
Yeah. But that third one, when he just picked it up in his own half, nothing was getting in his way.
And it just so happens that the boss of Gillingham was at the game.
Yeah, Neil Harris.
Yeah, Neil Harris. So an extra motivation to spank him in, which was superb. And then Norrie gets a goal. And I think maybe the goalkeeper would say should have done better.
Done better, but well done, Norrie. Still got it. Hit it well enough.
Yeah. The thing I really like about Joe is he's got that swagger, but he's got no arrogance to him. You know, when you chat with him, I was chatting with his brother after the game, and he, just saying it's really good to see it. So he's got a good temperament, but he's got self-belief, but it's not coming over with the Ronaldo type arrogance, is it? It's a good way of presenting himself.
Yeah. Well, he knows it's early days. The guy's only 17. He hasn't proved anything yet. He wants to go up, and he will. I think with that attitude he's got, I think he is going. He's definitely going to.
Oh God, yeah.
To play, definitely going to be a fixture in league football, I think, as he develops.
I still can't believe he's only 17. It feels like he grows a year every time we see him, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, just quickly before I forget, he got the Man of the Match award, and obviously there was a bottle of probably Prosecco if it's Hastings, but
so he had Fleur.
He couldn't drink it, so he got a J2O apparently, which I think is so he had a J2O. Bless him. But
well, that was his award, a cheapskate.
No, he got the food, but he couldn't drink it, so he got a J2O instead. Excellent, right?
But yeah, no, it was a good, entertaining game, and we knocked him off the park. I think. Not a bad gate either, was it, for midweek matches on the telly?
Yeah, I thought there might be a few more of them there, but
but it's quite a way.
It is.
It's not a nice. It's not a nice route. I mean,
but it was a really John. It was a really good noise there, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And I think it was almost like after that nonsense that happened on Saturday. Was it Saturday? Herne Bay.
Yeah.
But it was just nice to have a good game to watch and try and wash all that away, wasn't it?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, as say fans intermingling, even
me and
good
Chris.
Sports. Yeah, exactly. Even me and you, mate. But they were good sports, and the goalie was the best sport, though. I think that again, I'll mention that Norrie goal. If you're going to hit a ball straight at someone, reminded me a little bit of Bobby Mims against QPR, the Tottenham goalie. He was very charitable at Loftus Road.
No, I think we have a mention for Andy Q last night as well in the PA. He certainly upped his game and the music, didn't he?
Mouldy old doll, mate. Fucking hell.
And when Please Release Me came on at half time, Engelbert.
Yeah.
That would have been a great tune to have played at the end of the game when the police turned up. People out the ground. It would have been fantastic. But no, I enjoyed all that. It's good
nice. It's not a bit. No, but obviously, I always want to tease Andy, but it's nice to hear a mix of music.
Yeah.
Some that's obviously wind up.
And that bugle works brilliant for the 50.
Oh, that bugle cracks me up.
I'm actually buying a 50-50 regularly now because I know I'm going to be able to hear it because you get the bugle, and I think they have adjusted the tannoys as well. But it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Well done, Andy.
I don't know. I used to be in charge of the music when I was a kid, but the guy must have been a massive punk fan because that's what I remember. At half time, some punk music would come on, and people would be like, "What is this shit?"
Yeah,
that might just be me making it up, but that's what I remember.
There was definitely.
Yeah.
I think I know it was, but I won't mention his name. So yeah, no, he's doing great, Andy, and it must be. It's not. I've been up there seeing what he has to do out there. It's not easy in that. So yeah, well, Adam knows about that, don't you, Adam?
Yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
You've got to try and get it right first time. There's no chance of cock-ups, really, are there?
No, there's definitely not. No, but no, he is doing a good job up there. He really is. He's done
talking about your radio, Chris. When you're working, do you listen to Conquest Radio?
when I'm working, no.
Don't suppose you're allowed. I don't even know if you're allowed to. But
no, yeah. We would put a radio station on, but we've got the telly, and you just stick on.
There's a mate of mine DJs on a Monday afternoon on there between 2 and 4, and they plug Hastings United at least 3 or 4 times an hour. It's quite good. It's not bad, but they need to sort out the tune at the end of. I can't remember what they sing, but it's nothing to do with us.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
we've got no access to it.
No. They play the music that Adam used to play at the beginning as they're running out onto the pitch. Can't remember what it's called, Adam. What's your tune?
Sirius by Alan Parsons.
That's it. And they play that, and I thought, that's Conquest Radio. They picked that up from somewhere, but there's a couple of other bits they got wrong. But it doesn't matter. They're still giving Hastings a bit of a plug all the way through. So yeah,
that's good.
Yeah.
That's weird because I work at the Conquest and I can't access Conquest Radio because they've gone by their bedsides in the gym.
Yeah.
Obviously, in my place, we don't have any of that, so we try and get it on the digital. And I don't. Yeah, are they on digital?
Yeah, that's why I listen. It's actually a Conquest Radio app, I think, or if it's not it's a website, and you're just clicking on it. Sometimes it jumps in and out a bit, but it's good. So a couple of hours
or on the smart speaker.
Yeah, you'll like it, Chris. It's 2 hours of most of it's ska music.
Oh, I like a bit of ska.
Yeah, I know. That's good.
Okay,
that's beside the point. There you go.
Go on. Right then, let's look forward to Potter's Bar. Now, Potter's Bar have absolutely sunk like a stone. I think they were top of the league 4 months ago. Was it about 4 or 5 months ago?
They're just dreadful.
Maybe. And I know that Super Malk, who isn't with us today, predicted their fall.
He did.
Malk, who knows everything. He was spot on there, and there's 3 points begging there, so that might keep us hoping for the playoffs.
I mean, they're second from bottom in the form guide.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, the last 6 games that means, and they've got 4 points out of the last 6 games. Mind you, we've only got 6, according to this.
So that's fake. It's fake news.
Fake news. Yeah.
Well, so, I mean, what do we reckon, lads?
Oh no, we should win that easy, especially after yesterday. Confidence going to be high. Famous last word. I can't see us. I can't see us losing that.
Can't see us gifting more goals like we did on Saturday. So
yeah, I'd go 2-0 to Hastings myself.
How about yourself, Wills?
Well, the good thing is, before I answer your question, is that what are you laughing at, Jill? The good thing is that fortunately we might consider it against Herne Bay. We dropped 2 points, but the teams above us all didn't do any better, did they? So it hasn't really changed much. Enfield have got a really poor run in, so it's unlikely that they would stay in the playoff place if it goes to form, and the opposition they've got. So it really is a bit of a dogfight between 3 teams there. And we're still in it with a shout, and it's kind of not too bad to go under the radar and be underdogs here. We just got to keep the form that we showed Tuesday night, and we're still in there with a chance. I know it does depend a bit on other teams slipping up ahead of us, but we're certainly there with a chance.
Yeah, I think it's quite good to have a run of games that are quite close together. If it's going to happen, if you're going to have say like 6 or 7 games in 3 weeks, you might as well have it at the end of the season, because you physically training does it for you. It can just knock you out anyway. But when you're playing a match, if you get on a roll and you start winning, you can do anything.
Yeah.
Oh, that actually happened. I'm probably even a lower league than Leon plays in. 1980, the weather was dreadful through that winter. We had about 3 weeks of games every other week, every other day. We were third from bottom, civil service this was. We won them all. We finished up going up because we just won the whole lot. And you it just builds your confidence. You can do anything now, So you never know. Don't stop. Let's just keep going.
Yeah, no, I think if we don't make it, I reckon Lewis might nick into that.
Yeah, they're quite spot. Yeah.
They turned it round at the right time. They've got Herne Bay at home.
Interesting. Yeah.
And I must say that I don't mind if they win that game.
No. So, although their Herberts might be at Potter's Bar, apparently.
Well,
Well, that's the thing. Lewis have got Herne Bay on Friday. So
is it Friday? I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was Saturday.
Oh, Friday. Okay, mate.
Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we should win that. And then who we got on Monday? Horsham again, isn't it?
Horsham again, yeah.
And it won't be as easy, that's for sure. They'll be up for it.
Yeah.
Recommend. And they'll have a bigger crowd beyond them. They've already got at least one coach coming over, I saw on Twitter. So,
wow.
That'd be good.
Be nice. Packed Pilot Field.
Yeah.
Bit of noise.
Over 1,000 for that.
Hopefully so.
Should be.
Yeah, nice bank holiday.
Yeah.
The weather's supposed to be good as well.
Yeah. I see Billy Wood make schoolboy error last night, turning out without a coat at the Pilot Field this time of year. You had to go up into the PA box.
Lots in the PA box.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is it, isn't it? After this, we'll know we're out, or we don't get 6 points, then it's done. In my eyes, anyway.
Yeah,
yeah. And when you think about it, start of the season, we're newly promoted. Okay, we've had a few players come and go, but Gary and John they've had to deal with basically the same core of the squad, haven't they?
Yeah.
And to get into a position where we're still now saying at this stage of the season that we've got an outside chance of getting a playoff place is amazing, I think.
Mm. I do have a feeling we might lose a few players in the summer, whatever happens, though. I think this squad's been together for a while, and there'll be changes, I think. They're always going to have 1 or 2 changes, aren't they? But
yeah,
you just got a feel about it. Some of them are getting older. I think Sammy's probably got thoughts about moving on.
Yeah.
All his service. Don't know, he might stay. It'd be nice if he does, but there's a few fringe players that are younger and probably might be thinking, "Oh, go down a league and see what I can do down there." And don't know. We'll see, won't we?
Well, it is, because let's bring up the elephant in the room. We still don't know what's going on with the ground.
No.
So
that's a bit uncertain for players as well. It is.
But I think a lot of these players wouldn't be staying anyway. It's the nature of this level of football. It's going to get people moving on. We're probably not going to see. I don't think Dave Smith's going to come back. I don't think, obviously, Joe is going to move on higher climbs. Probably a few of our defensive players might not be here. So Gary's going to have a busy old summer, I think.
Well, but that's football, isn't it? No one teams don't stay around for it. So it'd be nice if they do, and especially if they did get up, maybe that would all keep them all together. I'd like to see all the younger local ones especially stay. Some of them have come through this year, Legg and Penn especially, and even James Hull. They haven't let themselves down at all, have they? Not one of them. No. And then you've got Chalmers. Hopefully, he'll be coming back. So we'll see, won't we?
Yes. Well, it's been a good season. All things considered, it's been a very good season. Oh, just quickly before we finished, anyone that cannot make the Potters Bar game, please go along to the Parish Field this Saturday. Westfield's last ever game at the Parish Field. Please go along, give your support to Westfield. They're on to they're across the road. They'll be going across the road soon. Yeah. So,
who are they playing on Saturday? Can you remember?
I was thinking Settlescope, maybe. I'm not.
Oh yeah,
100% on that.
Yeah,
let's have a look.
A nice little local derby.
Is it Settlescope? Oh, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So facing Settlescope Rangers.
Yeah. Good luck to them both lots, really.
Tasty game. Probably 8 red cards. Stapley sent off. I can see it here.
Oh yeah.
Good send off for the Parish Field. Listen, Jeds, thanks for coming on. Windy, Leon, John, and the lovely Adam Carter. See you at the game.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, guys.
Well done, Chris. Well done, everyone. Bye.